All right. Obviously we're disappointed. You have a lead of 9-6 at half, and certainly don't get it done. I mean, there's the obvious things show in the numbers, but give them credit. They are what they are. They are ranked where they are because of their experience, their how they respond to some adversity and being down. And so they're old, they're good, and their guards just simply wore us down. We held them to 22, 20, and 15. I mean, simply put, that's where we got beat. So, two things that stand out are really the turnovers, especially in the second half, 11 of them. And we just lost our pace offensively. And we didn't even have it early when we got the shots. I thought made some threes. They came out in low zone, and we kind of thought they'd do it. And we got some open looks, but it wasn't. It was some reads, but it didn't. I didn't like the pace at which we did it. And then obviously 13 for 27 from three. I mean, you're just not going to beat them. The open threes, start to finish, really. And, we tried to make some adjustments in the second half, and it didn't work as well. So put that in. But we lost our pace, and I don't know why. And, there are no excuses. I mean, I know people can look for situations. We have guys, different things, but, there are no excuses. You've got to find the way. So again, give them credit. They're good. They're ranked where they are because they've been in this before. They're old, and they find ways. And well coached and unselfish too. I think that's the thing that I thought we just over penetrated in the second half and didn't rely on our offense and our movement and our spacing enough. And so that situation, but they responded and we didn't.
Jamie, what do you think of Mike's night, and just how tough was it for him to kind of play through that wrist injury?
I I could go down the list of, I'm sure they got injuries, they had a guy get hurt. You just got to find ways, there are nobody's, we ask the questions afterwards, but it's still a loss, tomorrow. And, we just, it just seems like we constantly have this, he was hurt, he was out, he was in COVID. It doesn't matter. We have to find the way. We've got two guys, how many guys out? It doesn't matter. We have to find the way defensively, and when it goes tough and it goes the wrong way, we've got to really find the way, and we didn't today. So, he made some tough shots. I thought the couple plays I talked about were good reads on our action in the second half, right pass to him. But then I thought, like I said, it was kind of the start of our stationary. Trying to create on our own again, 1 against 2 type offense that we didn't have in the first half. To be honest with you, we had good shots in the first half that we didn't make, and the other thing is I don't think we finished around the rim real well. There was a lot of times where we didn't finish around the rim, and I thought that eventually caught up to us too. So, Mike played hard. He played well, but we've got to be. We're trying to beat the number 1 team, so we got to play better across the board.
What's your level of concern on his risk going forward?
Go down the list. I'll have the list, and somebody will have something. It's just what it is. We'll see. We'll do it.
Especially look at those losses this year. Teams have shot really well from three. Is defending the three just kind of the next step for this team?
You're talking about good teams and what they do. So you got to be able to take teams away from what they do. And we talked about it. We drilled it. We only had 2 weeks to prepare for them. So the message obviously didn't get through. But our offense in the second half especially led to those opportunities, the 8 of them in the second half. They were wide open, but they were wide open in the first half too. And they have something to do with it. They're really good off the dribble. They got numerous guys that can get in the lane, and the bigs don't care about scoring. They just find ways to create spacing and run hard and set screens. But really, at the end of the day, it's just one-on-one up top, and we weren't good enough to guard them one-on-one up top. And that's what we talked about going into the game, and that's what we're still talking about today after the game. It's just one-on-one, man-to-man out front, and they constantly got in the lane or created threes for them. So, we have I don't know, what was it, 3 weeks since we played or whatever it is, 21st. we got a chance to play against the #1 team in the country, and that's how good you have to be. So as I told our guys, we know what the bar is. We know what we have to do, and that's probably first in the league, I guess. So that's what it takes, and we saw it, and obviously we can do it because we did it for a half. So it means you got to find a way to do it for 40 minutes. And I thought it was a high quality game in the first half, and a lot of motion, guys playing hard and playing. But at the end of the day, I didn't think we played very well in the second half. That even gave us a chance, especially on the offensive end.
Anything else for Coach?
First half did go well for you guys. Even Baylor did miss some shots. But what's the big takeaway from this game as you move forward to Wednesday?
I don't know if it's a takeaway, meaning like all of a sudden we realized that they're a good 3-point shooting team and that you can't turn the ball over. So it's, I guess, reinforced would be better the word, and how we handle some adversity, some challenge in a run, and we've got to do that better. Obviously there's, as I told them, and I said it just a second ago, I guess the takeaway is that we're good enough to beat the #1 team by 6 at halftime, and we're also good enough to get outscored by 18 or I guess 18 in the second half. I see you guys all fiddling with your calculators there, but I think that's right. That's what I told them. So that's what we are, and that's what we have to do, and we know the reasons why we didn't do it, and why one was different than the other. We've got to, so that we have the ability to do it, but we didn't do it, whatever the reason was. Foul trouble, fatigue, or just not physically tough enough. And it's probably a combination of experience, and you can throw down a lot of things, but those are things that none of those things are things we can't correct and can't improve on, and we have to do that. So, and certainly, practice is the best way to improve that, and so we're going to practice for a change.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.